contribute to positive change in the industry.
Saying I belong is a powerful affirmation.
That everyone has a rightful place in the sport.
I've been walking on the edge of a knife. I've been waiting for this all my life. I feel it in my veins, feel it in my blood. You know I can't stop till I'm good and done. I'm gonna push it harder, gonna climb up higher. It's like I just can't miss. I was made for this. I show the world I'm stronger. Prove it to 'em I'm a fighter. I can't help but win, 'cause I was made for this. I was made for this, yeah.
Ontario University Athletics has more than 4,000 female student athletes getting into the game. Some are playing for the little girl in the stands, aspiring to be a varsity athlete like them. Some are playing for the powerful group of allies that surround them both on and off of the field. And some are playing to show that talent, dedication, and hard work transcend the labels of gender. Many females, however, see their sport journey end during adolescence. For those who continue on, varsity athletics offers opportunity. It offers community. It's a means to not only continue your dream on the court, but excel beyond it. Because some student athletes may be looking to become Olympians and world champions. Some may see their passion for playing turn into a call for coaching. And some may aim to transform their athletics into prominent positions beyond the sporting world altogether. But for whatever their motives or goals, it's important to have the means to pursue them. It's important to feel like you can inspire the little girl in the stands, compete with your teammates, and break down any barriers to get to where you want to be. And above all else, it's important to remember that we are one.
From the window to the party, getting lit up in it, bouncing. We does it big up in it, bouncing. Stacks and green up in it, bouncing. We getting lit up in it, from the window to the party, getting lit up in it, bouncing. We does it big up in it, bouncing.
Two teams separated by only one game in the standings in the regular season. McMaster 16-4, winning the conference. Guelph just a game back at 15-5. But from there, their paths diverge both in how they got to this spot and also in their head-to-head record. McMaster winning in a sweep last weekend, 3-0 right here at the Burge Gymnasium, while Guelph took out Windsor in a nail-biter, 5 sets. But it's head-to-head is where the real story is coming into this game. McMaster has defeated Guelph 16 straight times, and that includes 2 victories this year. It's McMaster and Guelph, the OUA semifinal, and it's next on OUA TV. Good evening, everybody. Steve Clark here at the Burge Gymnasium. A nice overflow crowd here on hand at the gymnasium for McMaster and Guelph. It is one and done potentially for both of these teams. Neither team guaranteed a spot in the at-large bid process, so the safest approach is to win. McMaster could actually potentially be eliminated if they lose tonight and if Queens loses against Brock. We are also tracking the women's basketball volleyball semifinals up in Queens. McMaster losing the first set 34-32, tied at 4 in the second set last check, so buckle up. Gonna be a long night down in the Limestone City for that one. They're just announcing the starting lineups for both teams, and then we'll be ready to go. Palpable sense of excitement here down at the Burge Gymnasium. This is a program that hasn't missed a beat with the departure of Dave Preston and the insertion of Brad Dowes as the head coach. 16-4, they won the regular season title. At one point, they were 5-2 in the season, and that was when they went to Guelph and won both games there. 7-2 as they hit the Christmas break, and even better afterwards. So Guelph Gryphons really have something to prove against McMaster. I'm sure they know what the history is. And as the teams come together, we'll be ready to go. Thomas Pugsley, Josh Glassbergen, Blake Brand, Jonathan Pickett, Jacob Bailey among those starting for Guelph, who are dressed in the white. Their libero, number 11, Daniel Pickett, is dressed in the red. McMaster in the maroons with the gray. They start Robbie Fujisawa, Brendan Mills, Tyler Pavlik, Brady Patterson, Maxime Graton, and the big man in the middle, 6'7", Jared Kiken. Underway, Fujisawa with the serve. Middle set, big block. Pavlik gets things started for McMaster. Big solo block by Pavlik, who had a quiet quarterfinal. He did have a block and a block assist. Fujisawa, his trademark floating serve, but Guelph in all sorts of trouble. Set up Patterson, and tied at 1 as Guelph will claim the point. They will send Joshua Glassbergen. Had 9 kills in the 5-set victory. Set up, Graton. Off speed, beautifully executed. McMaster leads 2-1. So Brady Patterson, one of McMaster's big servers. This young man is in his first year here at McMaster. Looks like he is going to be a potential star. Big, high toss and a little bit of a roll serve. Effective. Set up, Graton. Vintage Graton. He is in stride early on, and it is 3-1. Guelph likes to funnel things through Jonathan Pickett. Patterson, another thunderous serve, but it clipped the net. And trying a little bit of misdirection was the aforementioned Pickett, and it's off the block. 3-2. Guelph coached by Cal Wigston in his 18th season as the head man at Guelph. Floating serve, handled by Kirchhoff. They want to get Gryphons in the game early. That one is hit long though. No hands from Guelph touched it. So we're tied at 3. Thomas Pugsley from the French foothills of Alberta had a total of 38 assists over the 2 games against McMaster in December. Kirchhoff, Fujisawa, middle set, Pavlik. Set up on a tee. Pavlik delivers, and he will go to serve. So Tyler Pavlik, 6'9", 6'10". He delivers a serve, short set middle, great denial in the middle by Pavlik. They'll set it up on the right side, and that is Patterson with the save, and it will go out of bounds. Fujisawa will protest for interference as he was coming all the way to the other side and contacted Cameron Chadwick, but not really enough there for the call. We're tied at 4. So Jonathan Pickett. Big serve, long though, and McMaster takes the lead back at 5-4. Here's Brendan Mills, who has been a little bit inconsistent with his serve at times here this season, but when he's on, it's a very powerful weapon that McMaster can utilize. And the big high toss from Mills, nothing wrong with that serve. Pickett, the libero, had trouble but handled it. Great pancake set up by Mills, and Gryphons thunders one down. Beautiful dig by Brendan Mills. Mills will stay on serve. Mills just long. He was aiming for the back corner and he didn't miss by much. Fans still filing into the Burridge Gymnasium as we're just underway here with McMaster holding a 6-5 lead. Float serve, Fujisawa, back set, Mills into the net, kept alive Patterson, but they will give the point on the 4th hit to Guelph. Big Jacob Bailey, engineering or computer engineering student from London, 6'7", is on the serve. 14 kills over the 2 games versus McMaster. Back set Mills, he launched, and nothing that Bailey could do with that one. It is a thing of beauty when Brendan Mills can get himself set up and launch himself at that angle. Maxime Gryphons to serve. Another powerful server for McMaster. Free hit and nicely done by Glassberger, but there's Fujisawa. Craftily coming in and finishing the points. I've always said if Fujisawa wasn't an elite setter, he could probably play one of the right side or left side spots. Gryphons tried to go down the line and sent it wide. So both Mills and Gryphons have employed the go big or go home strategy, and that's something that does seem to work for them. It really does put an opponent on its heels. Pugsley serving for Guelph. Roll shot, Patterson. Big block. Oh, Fujisawa is feeling it right now. 9-7 McMaster. Guelph had set it up for Blake Brand on the left side, and Fujisawa timed it perfectly. Kaiken serve to the back court. Short set middle. Tough shot for Patterson, and it was just long. (9-8) Guelph back to serve. So here's Blake Brands. Floater that dipped, and Gryphons adjusted for that. Mills again with the launch off the block. Again, the perfect setup. If you could get Brendan Mills at the top of his flight, he'll succeed. Fujisawa, his second trip to the service line. Opportunity, McMaster. It's Mills again, and boy, is Mills feeling it along with Fujisawa. They've both been pacing McMaster to an 11-8 lead. Here's Fujisawa. They'll set it up for Pickett. Too much for Ragosi to handle. So that's Jonathan Pickett, who was set up 52 times in that 5-set victory over Windsor. 20 kills, also did have 13 errors. 9 digs, 3 blocks. He was a horse for the Gryphons. Patterson, perfect placement. The power game for McMaster has Guelph a little bit on its heels right now. If McMaster is missing, they're missing long. They're not necessarily getting blocked. Patterson, another big serve. Set up left side. Great diving play by Ragosi. And Gryphons just gets it over as Pickett couldn't finish. Little misdirection. Fujisawa defended that well. Mills to finish. Off the block. 13-9. Guelph might be thinking of a timeout. You don't want to let this set get too far away from you. Cal Wigston will keep it timeout in his pocket for now. That is an ace for Brady Patterson. Now the timeout will come. McMaster, a good start. They're up 14-9 on OUA TV. McMaster with a 14-9 lead as we come out of the timeouts. Update from Queens, the McMaster women coming back in the second set. They win 25-22 to lock that one up at 1, and McMaster has the first point of the third set. We will keep you up to date on the Marauder women all evening long as we focus on the men. 14-9 lead. Brady Patterson back on the serve. Great serve, Patterson, handled by Daniel Pickett, the libero. Bit of a net battle, and the point will go to Guelph. Thomas Pugsley, or Pugsley, 6'2". Kirchhoff didn't play it well. Great dig by Fujisawa. Gryphons gets it over. Advantage Guelph. They will set it up for Pickett. And Jonathan Pickett does what he does best. So you know that's who Guelph wants to funnel things through. And so Pugsley, his team trailing 14-11. That one just took off and kept on going. 15-11 for McMaster, as Kaiken will check back in. Pavlik will serve, and the big man Pavlik, a unique serve, but it gives teams a lot of trouble, especially if he goes power. This time he floats one. Opportunity McMaster, but it's flubbed by Kaiken. From the back, Patterson blocked. Fujisawa, great back set to Gryphons, off the block. McMaster scrambling for the point. As we talk about Mills, who loves to attack from launching himself at the ball, Gryphons that time was flat-footed and had to generate all the power on that flat-footed jump, and he did well. 16-11, McMaster by 5. Pavlik clips the net. That is a huge spike by Cameron Chadwick, 6'5" from Barry. And Chadwick will serve. Overwhelming power from Cameron Chadwick. Chadwick, power serve. Fujisawa, Gryphons, speaking of power. Gryphons, 17-12. Brendan Mills serving. So Mills will come right down the middle with his serve. Went power just in the top half of the net. Mills in the quarterfinal last week had 13 kills and 1 ace in 24 attacks. And then a little bit of a knuckle volleyball by Cohen Martin. Gryphons. That one's way too long, as Gryphons didn't get on top of it the way that he would have liked to have done. So the team's back and forth with some service errors. Substitution coming in. Here's Noah Romero Marshall. He'll check in. Kirchhoff, Fujisawa, back set, Gryphons off the block. Big block by McMaster, Fujisawa. Pavlik getting up there, that's a lift. As number 13, Joshua Glassbergen, tried on the first attempt, second attempt to clear lift. So Peter Pilling, one of the situational substitutes for serving purposes, will check in for McMaster. They will also employ Aiden Palanca in this position, but right now it's Pilling from St. Catharines, Ontario. Good spin serve, short set middle, and the job was done by Glassbergen. Not the smoothest of plays, but Glassbergen, another one of the players that will be counted upon, had 9 kills and 1 error in 18 attacks. That's a fine 4.44 kill percentage. Back set, Mills launched and just able to squeeze it through the defense. And McMaster has hit the 20-point plateau. Second timeout called by Guelph, with McMaster leading by 5 in set number 1. Guelph using their second and final timeout, trailing by 5. An ace for Fujisawa. Well, that one just dipped and died at the last instant, and nothing the Gryphons could do about it. McMaster women tied at 1 in the third set. They've got an 11-5 lead on Queens. Fujisawa, another floating, drifting serve. Set up for Pickett, he's blocked. They'll set it up again for Pickett, he's denied again. Fujisawa, short set, Pavlik. Oh my, there was options to the right, options to the left, and Fujisawa said, I'm going middle. 22-15, McMaster 3 points away from the first. Fujisawa with a serve. Set up on the right side. Great shot by number 10, Noah Romero Marshall, who just checked in. Glassbergen to serve for Guelph, desperately trying to get back in this one. Fujisawa, Pavlik gets it over. Glassbergen defending. They set it up for Pickett. Good block there. Set up for Mills, and this time Mills from the left side. He'll attack from everywhere. Will Brendan Mills? Here's Brady Patterson. Just wide. Patterson didn't miss by much. You could see the back official flinching a tiny bit. Noah Romero Marshall to serve. Pressure packed situation, and he sends it long. Set points times 7 for McMaster. And so McMaster will bring in Jason Heidbert to try and finish set number 1 for the Marauders. Floater. They'll set it up for Pickett, blocked. Kuiken and Mills up, and then the second time he was set up, Jonathan Pickett made no mistake. And Guelph is still in this one. Kirchhoff, the libero, will check in. So Jonathan Pickett from the home of Wyerton Willie. Wyerton rolls, serve, Mills had to scramble. Greton. And Guelph hanging in there on the violation by McMaster. It's 24-19 Marauders. It was a beautiful serve by Jonathan Pickett, who went off speed. Pickett sets. This time more power. Kirchhoff, Fujisawa, Greton for set number 1. Guelph keeping it alive. Big block in the middle. Brendan Mills closes set number 1 with authority. McMaster wins the first set 25-19. They lead 1-0. Set number 2 coming up on OUA TV.
From the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, get bouncing. We does it big up in it, get bouncing. Stacks and lean up in it, get bouncing. We getting lit up in it, get from the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, get bouncing. We does it big up in it, get bouncing. From the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, get bouncing. We does it big up in it, get bouncing. Stacks and lean up in it, get bouncing. We getting lit up in it, get from the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, get bouncing. We does it big up in it, get bouncing.
As we get ready for set number 2 at the Burridge Gymnasium. 4 straight sweeps for McMaster against Guelph, and they've won 16 in a row against the Gryphons. But this is a new chapter, and even though Guelph lost 25-19 in the first set, there's a reason they're here. They're 16-5 when you factor in the playoffs, and they're no slouch, and they'll be ready to go for set number 2. A quick update, McMaster 15, Queens 10 in the third set down in the Limestone City. That one is all tied up at 1. Guelph will get us going, and Guelph will get us going with a service error as Chadwick sent it long. Robbie Fujisawa had a combined 74 assists against Guelph this season. Ragosi defending. Fujisawa, tough back set. Patterson, it was blocked. Patterson trying again, and again the hands of Jonathan Pickett up. This time Brendan Mills gets it beyond the combined setup of Pickett and Glassbergen, and it's 2-0 McMaster. Robbie Fujisawa. Guelph in all sorts of trouble. That was actually the elbow, I think, of Mills that got it over. Patterson, tough roll shot, but it's good enough. The Guelph defense caught a little bit flat-footed. That time it was Glassbergen and Pugsley, because Patterson didn't really have a lot of leverage on that shot. Clever play by Brendan Mills, who used the elbow. Otherwise, it could have been a lift. Perfect position for Ragosi. Mills will get it over. Opportunity, Guelph, middle set, it's over. Great play, Ragosi! Fujisawa! What a point for McMaster! And Guelph finding no luck here at the Birds Gymnasium. And I think Cameron Chadwick is going to lose this argument with the head referee as well, as he's protesting. A beautiful athletic reaction play by both Matthew Ragosi and Robbie Fujisawa. Fujisawa to serve. Guelph already in trouble in set number 2, and they miscommunicate. And that sets it up for Patterson down the line. It's 5-0. And Guelph is off kilter. Timeout called by the Gryphons. McMaster out to a fast 5-0 start. So Guelph looks like a team that needs to settle down, as they've had miscommunication, been the victim of really a fluke point by McMaster. Floating serve Fujisawa, and again Guelph in all sorts of trouble. Block by Patterson, set up better this time maybe for the Gryphons, a duel at the net, and finally Guelph puts a crooked number on the scoreboard here in the second set. Joshua Glassbergen. Nine kills in their quarterfinal win against Windsor. Floating serve, Patterson, Fujisawa. Flying in was Greton to get it over. Pickett tried a roll shot, Kirchhoff diving. Mills with the left hand, not his trademark power, a little bit of finesse, 6-1. Patterson to serve. Tried the roll serve and it rolled into the net. I'm calling this one a practical sellout tonight at the Burge Gym. Few people still filing in. Behind where Pugsley is serving, there's a viewing area, and you can't find a spot there either. Graton power down the line, but it's wide, 6-2 or 6-3 for McMaster. Guelph, 3 of the last 4 points. Thomas Pugsley, or Pugsley, combined 38 assists and 9 digs versus McMaster, and now a service error. It's 7-3. Pavlik to serve. They'll set it up and into the net, and not even Jonathan Pickett can really get on track here. Correction, that was Noah Romero Marshall. The yellow numbers for Guelph aren't as easy to spot from up here. Off the block, clever play this time by Jonathan Pickett, 8-4. A nice contingent has come down Highway 6 and onto the 403 QEW from Guelph. And they've brought some noisemakers. Chadwick to serve. Roll serve. Fujisawa set up. Mills off the block. And just like that, it's 9-4. Mills to serve. High toss. Good power serve to the back. Handled by Pickett, and then off the block. Nothing but power for Cameron Chadwick. 9-5. Jacob Bailey from the back left corner with the right hand. Diving is Patterson, set up for Graton. Goodness me. They should have put a viewer discretion advised warning in front of that shot. Graton had 11 kills in the quarterfinal win against Nipissing. He was serving. Great diving play, Ragosi. Patterson, roll shot off the net, and that's the violation. Point will go to Guelph. Sure, if Guelph cleared out the dollar store with the kitchenware for the noise, regardless, it's impactful. You can hear it. Mills. Goodness me, it's straight up in the air. And Guelph with a big point. Noah Romero Marshall took that Mills power shot and set it up. And Cameron Chadwick finished. Not much Mills can do when there's outstanding defense like that. Fujisawa in the middle for Kaiken. Kaiken, another first-year player, future star for the Marauders. He'll serve a little right of center for the Maroon and Gray. Clips the net. Big block by Patterson on the Pugsley attempt. Mills, he really struggled with that one. There was no way he was going to be set up for a spike, but he was a little too casual coming into the nets. 11-8. And Cameron Chadwick to serve. He had a couple of aces against Windsor. Good serve there. Patterson off the block. And the combination of Pugsley and Glassbergen couldn't keep it in play. Here's Fujisawa. And it's flubbed by Chadwick, so just a roll shot to get it over. Nothing rolling for Patterson, but it's defended well by Pugsley. Graton, they might be launching him from the middle. Nope, they go Mills. And a huge block by Jonathan Chadwick. Not often you get one on Brendan Mills. He did. 12-9 McMaster. Patterson, Fujisawa, Patterson off the block, 13-9. Patterson's about 6'1", maybe 6'1 and a half, and you think you could get him, but he's got outstanding leaping ability, and you can see his last 2 points have been powerful enough that Guelph has got hands on it, but it's been out of bounds both times. Patterson on the serve, set up on the left side. Oh, Pavlik got up for the block, but they're calling the point for Guelph, and Brad Dowes wants a word. And like always, you rarely win a discussion with the official. It's 13-10. Mills, great play by Pugsley. Down the line, and it's a point for McMaster. The appeal by Romero Marshall for hands on the ball didn't work. Pavlik to serve. Set up in the middle, well defended by Patterson. Graton, what a shot by Graton. A difficult angle. He put it not only cross court, but inside the line. McMaster threatening to pull away in the second set. Already have a 1-0 lead after a 25-19 win in the first. Pugsley sets it up. Great shot by Romero Marshall. He picked the back corner. Cross court. And now there's another discussion. Fujisawa and Jonathan Pickett involved. Not sure what the discussion was about. It was a brief one. Patterson straight up in the air. Kirchhoff. Graton goes for placement. Back set Pugsley. Oh, what a block by Graton. He sent back Chadwick's attempt like it was an overcooked steak. 16-11 Marauders. Mills. Look out. There's people in the back corner of the front row that were flinching on that one. Just simply a mishit by Brendan Mills. It's Jacob Bailey. Stands 6'7". Fujisawa. Kaiken awkward, but he got it in. 17-12. And you have to think that if this continues for the next point or two, that Guelph will burn their second time out of the set. McMaster has yet to take a timeout all evening long. Graton crashing into the nets. Romero Marshall to serve for the Gryphons. High toss, good power serve. Kirchhoff well placed. Back set for Kaiken. What a shot by Kaiken. Great dive. Daniel Pickett. Big block at the net. Another block by Patterson, kept alive. Set up in the middle, and that was handled very well by Glassbergen. Practically in his backyard, as he is from Burlington. So Romero Marshall, Guelph trying to get back in, and it is an ace for Romero Marshall. 17-15. So smartly, Guelph did not burn the timeouts. And now they've got a little momentum going. Romero Marshall clips the net, it goes wide, and McMaster will get the serve back in an 18-15 lead. So Pilling back into the game pretty much at the same spot that he came in the first set. Pilling from the Garden City of St. Catharines. Well-placed serve. Back set, Romero Marshall defended well by Pilling. Awkward for Patterson, so he just gets it over. And this time Romero Marshall just gets it over. Gryphons from the back! Said enough of this face passing back and forth. This isn't the Wednesday night Seniors League, he says. Let's generate some power. 19-15, what a shot by Gryphons. Pilling to serve. Guelph fans making some noise. Pilling with the roll serve, well done. Mills, Fujisawa tried some misdirection and it worked. Guelph defense arrived a hair late. (20-15). And it's not a very happy Guelph coaching staff. Pilling on the serve. To the back corner. Over it goes from Chadwick. Mills! Huge block at the net. That was number 17, Lee Kinahan. Off the net, got to be played by the Marauders. Back set, Mills! It's got to be in. It is 21-16. It bounced into about the 7th row. McMaster 4 points away from a 2-0 lead. Guelph calls their second and final timeout. Are you bored already? Guelph calling their second and final timeout. They trailed 21-16. They had threatened to storm back in the set, had got it to 17-15, but McMaster's reeled off 4 of the last 5 points. Update from Queens, the Marauders women's volleyball team winning the third set 25-19, tied up in the fourth set at 8. McMaster leading 2-1. The first set was one for the ages. 34-32 Queens. Great composure by the Marauders to come back and take a 2-1 lead, and it will be a contentious 4th set, no doubt, down on the campus of Queens University. It will host the men's volleyball finals that McMaster is hoping to qualify for. Fujisawa on the serve. McMaster getting a late substitution in. And Fujisawa down the line. That's a good one for Guelph. Looked like they'd set up Pickett there, Jonathan Pickett. Josh Glassbergen to serve. Kirchhoff the return, Fujisawa, and Graton came flying in. The timing was off. There was no power, and that's an easy one for Guelph, 21-18. Again, Gryphons looking to come back. Glassbergen floats one. Patterson, Fujisawa. Here's Mills with the nub over. Opportunity for Guelph and more misdirection. And Guelph will get the point. Jonathan Pickett kind of changed his mind at the last minute, and now back within 2 of the Gryphons. 3 points in a row. Glassbergen looking to continue his good fortune. Patterson, Fujisawa, Mills, that's long, 21-20. McMaster thinking about their first time out. They'll take their first time out as the Gryphons are coming back in set number 2. So McMaster has to use their first timeout of the night as Guelph 4 points in a row to pull things to 21-20 here in the second set, paced by Jonathan Pickett's 10 kills so far. Josh Glassbergen on the serve. The floater has given McMaster trouble. Graton, Mills! When you need a point, you go to one of your go-to guys, and that is Brendan Mills, 22-20. And McMaster stems the momentum. Brady Patterson. Back to Guelph, 22-21, McMaster. So Liam Kinahan to serve for Guelph. Fujisawa, Graton off the block. There's just too much power there, but it was all set up on a great set by Fujisawa. It wasn't an easy set, but perfectly taken by Graton, 23-21. Jason Heidbert coming in, situational server for the Marauders. So Heidebert serving to give McMaster set point. He drops one in. Guelph can set things up right down the line. Beautiful, powerful shot. Jonathan Pickett, 23-22. And so Jonathan Pickett will serve. Great play by Kirchhoff. Fujisawa. Mills! Almost looked like he was going to switch hands. Might have been a little misdirection. 24-22. McMaster serving for a 2-0 lead over Guelph. Let's see what Mills does. Will he go pure power or take something off of it? Took something off of it. Out, and McMaster will take set number 2. 25-22. Marauders looking for the sweep. Set number 3 coming up on OUA TV.
From the window to the bar, we getting lit up in it, bouncing. We does it big up in it, bouncing. Stacks and green up in it, bouncing. We getting lit up in it, from the window to the bar, we getting lit up in it, bouncing. We does it big up in it, bouncing. From the window to the bar, we getting lit up in it, bouncing. We does it big up in it, bouncing. Stacks and green up in it, bouncing. We getting lit up in it, from the window to the bar, we getting lit up in it, bouncing. We does it big up in it, bouncing.
McMaster looking to sweep away Guelph. 25-19, 25-22 in the first 2 sets. And as we check in, women's volleyball, McMaster up 18-16 on Queens in the 4 sets. McMaster up 2-1, so they're looking to send the home fans home in Kingston heartbroken, but Queens, an outstanding volleyball program, battling back. Sully Sundara, 17 kills. Olivia Julian, 15 kills. Maddie Lutz, 10 to lead the way for the McMaster women. So McMaster hoping to make it a double. And Guelph, who knows that they're battling McMaster and battling history, having last won against this McMaster program back in 2011, have really pushed back against the Marauders, but they're still coming up short. McMaster led by Brendan Mills, 12 kills. Gryphons 9, Patterson 5, Fujisawa 25 assists for the Marauders as they look for their 3rd straight sweep against Guelph this season. Underway in set number 3. Big block at the net. Another attempt off speed. That was good work and good composure by Jonathan Pickett, who was denied by Mills and Pavlik in the first opportunity. Nathan Peters, a newcomer to the game, with a serve into the net. Back to McMaster, tied at 1. Brady Patterson, 5 kills through the first 2 sets for Patterson. Not much luck on the serve, though. Back it goes to Queens. Or, excuse me, Guelph. Queens is playing against McMaster. McMaster, 20-17, they lead the Gales in the 4th set down in Kingston. And we're trading service errors here in the 3rd, and that's not the most spectacular volleyball. Pavlik will look to get us on track. And that one is a blooper of a serve from the big man. McMaster with an opportunity. Mills just finished off the back and forth. 3-2 McMaster. Pavlik. Another one that's just a rainbow in the middle. Pavlik reacts. Great play, Fujisawa. And now Guelph has an opportunity. Fujisawa again! Another opportunity. This time it was finished off by Glassbergen, who was watching Fujisawa do acrobatics. Three in the 3rd. Jonathan Pickett. Big serve. Kirchhoff just kept it in play. Gryphons gets it over. They go middle set again. And again, it's Glassbergen delivering. So now Guelph able to show off their power game a little bit more. Funneled via Glassbergen and Jonathan Pickett. They've got the lead 4-3 here in the 3rd set. Kirchhoff on the return. Fujisawa, Gryphons can't defend that. Through the hands of Pugsley. Tied at 4, Brendan Mills. Mills almost an ace. Gryphons. They call it in on the block. And it's 5-4 for Guelph. Great block set up there by the Gryphons. Glassbergen serving. Become a very feature part of this set. That's not one that he will want featured. 5-5. Here's Gryphons. Guelph fans making a lot of noise. It's long and not by much. 6-5 Guelph. Pugsley to serve. Pugsley, a floater. Fujisawa. Patterson was denied. set Mills. The Guelph fans were chanting overrated at Brendan Mills when he was serving. That's what you do, though, when you're trying to knock a star off his game. And the unfazed Mills delivers the point for the Marauders. Kaiken on the serve, and it hasn't been his night. And McMaster, I believe that's 4 service errors here in the third set. Liam Kinahan. Big serve, Kirchhoff, Fujisawa. Short set, Pavlik, he had to drift it over. Set up for Pickett, he goes finesse, a beautiful shot by Pickett. To make a shot like that, you really have to disguise your intentions until the last possible moment. And Pickett did that. Can't keep the momentum going, though, as Kinahan sends it into the net. Last score we have from Queens is 21-17 for McMaster. But it's been that way for a little bit. Big block, Brendan Mills! And the Guelph fans, not much they can say about that. Tied at 8 in the third. Rare mistake by Fujisawa will bring the Guelph fans back in full song. Fantastic atmosphere here at the Birds Gymnasium. Overflow crowd here. They love their volleyball here on campus, that's for sure. Fujisawa, Greton off the block, too much power. When you can funnel Greton down the middle, you can isolate the blocker a little bit better. Here's Patterson. Opportunity McMaster, Pavlik, Fujisawa. Short set, Pavlik. He started it, he closed it. McMaster, a 10-9 lead. And can Patterson keep extending McMaster's lead? Serve does clip the net. Net joust, somehow Mills got it over. And then a block. The point will go to Guelph on that net joust, 10-all. Great serve. Patterson just got it back. Short set in the middle. And oh, that is in the wheelhouse of Joshua Glassbergen. We have a final from Kingston. And the McMaster Marauder women have knocked off the Queens Gales right in their own gym. 25-19 in the fourth set. So the women will play for the Quigley Cup next Friday. Opponent venue to be determined. We're tied at 11 here after that service error, but what a performance by the McMaster women. They lost the first set 34-32. Came back and won the next three, and that is a rare misfire from Jonathan Pickett. So the scores in the women's semifinal: 32-34, 25-22, 25-19, and 25-19 for McMaster. 19 kills for Sully Sundara. So a joyous bus ride home for the Marauder women. And some sort of violation called against Guelph on that serve. And everybody's got mystified looks. And I'm wondering if it was an illegal substitution of some sort or an illegal rotation. Regardless, a free point for McMaster at 13-11. Discussion continuing on Guelph's side with an animated Thomas Pugsley discussing things. So regardless, the point will go to McMaster. Pavlik on the serve. Another blooper. That one failed. They look crafty when they go over the net. They look like me trying out for the high school volleyball team when they don't go over the net. And now more discussion and more clarification about substitutions. And Jonathan Pickett says, I just want to serve and play some volleyball. Huge serve, but it's just long. So the first appearance for Thomas Williams for McMaster, along with Jason Heidbert. And Heidbert will serve coming in a little bit earlier than he has done in the first two sets. So Heidbert will survey his options. Oof. 14-13. A lot more service errors here in set number 3 than there have been in the first couple of sets. Breton handles the Glassbergen serve, and Kaiken now playing in the middle, delivers. And so it's Breton to serve. Big high toss. Oh, what a roll serve. It's an ace for Breton. Timeout, Guelph. McMaster with a 16-13 lead. They're making a lot of noise here in the Burridge gym, and their Marauders have a 16-13 lead and are trying to close out the Guelph Gryphons. Net joust kept alive by McMaster, and now it's Guelph scrambling. That one is long, and the appeal for hands from Liam Kinahan and the rest of the Guelph Gryphons will go astray. And Guelph is in a little bit of trouble. And they've got Breton on the service line. And if Breton gets in a rhythm, It's bad news for Guelph. Breton skyward look, high toss, big serve. That one is long. But McMaster have done what they needed to do. Dropped in, Kirchhoff, Fujisawa, short set off the block. Kaiken did enough. Definitely a good attempt by Nathan Peters to get up there. So Peter Pilling will come in and serve. Again, third straight set, situational substitution. He's coming at this point in the first two. Pilling snaps off a good serve, handled by Pickett. Big attempt, kept alive by McMaster. Over it goes. It was Chadwick who tried to finish. Nice middle sets, and Peters buries one, 18-15. So it looks like Guelph will employ a situational substitution. Andrew Song, a human kinetics student from St. Catharines, so he'll come in right after another St. Catharines product in Peter Pilling's serve for McMaster. Fujisawa did well to get it over, and look out, a misfire by Nathan Peters, and Pickett looked ready to try and leap the scorer's table. Fujisawa has an ace tonight. It was a beautiful floating serve that just dipped at the last minute. Middle set, it's in. So Nathan Peters has become a feature player for the Gryphons. 19-16 as they're desperately trying to hang on. Peters to serve. Into the net, 2016. One timeout left for Guelph, both for McMaster. Brady Patterson to serve. And it's long, back it goes to Guelph. And McMaster serving hasn't been the best part of their game here in the third set, but they've done everything else, defending, setting things up offensively, and they still have the lead, 2-0 and 20-17 here in the third. Gryphons, though, not going quietly. Chadwick to serve for Guelph. Long, 21-17. So now Guelph will have to deal with Pavlik, who's done some blooper serves. Let's see if he goes for a little more power. Just floats one, short set, middle. Well placed, power generated, Joshua Glassbergen. Teams trading points, and McMaster's pretty happy with that as they try and usher this one home. So Guelph really does need to go on a run. Jonathan Pickett. High serve, Patterson handles it, free point. And Kinahan says thank you very much, and that's what Guelph needed. They've got it within two. So Pickett will hope to continue the good fortune at the service line. Guelph needs that run. Sent way long, 22-19, Mills to serve. And Guelph has reserved their best chance for Brendan Mills. Not much noise, big serve by Mills, clips the net. Back set. Handled. Mills! McMaster is 2 points away from an appearance and a shot at the Forsyth Cup. 23-19. Mills long, 23-20. Guelph is hanging in there, but they're running out of opportunities. Glassbergen to serve. Cross court, Patterson, Fujisawa. Gretel, what a shot! Cross court! Match point, McMaster! And can you feel it in the Burridge Gymnasium? The noise elevating. Greton looking to put the exclamation point on this one. The high toss, the roll serve off the net. They'll set it up. Guelph keeping it alive. Fujisawa, over it goes. Great diving play. Set up, and it's defended by Greton for the win. McMaster is Forsyth Cup bound. Oh, what a feeling! What a rush here in the Burridge Gym. McMaster in a sweep. And you can start to call Hamilton and McMaster University Volleyball Town. 25-19, 25-22, 25-20. The scores. The McMaster women taking care of business in the Limestone City of Kingston in 4 sets. They'll play for the Quigley Cup. Nothing but championship berths for McMaster Volleyball. Guelph and McMaster shaking hands. A game effort by the Gryphons, but they were facing history here at the Burridge Gymnasium. And they will continue their long slide against the Marauders, who will sweep them for a 3rd consecutive time this season. McMaster to play against either Brock or Queens next week, and I believe that will be here at the Burridge Gym. Women's volleyball is a to be announced situation. It's either going to be TMU or the Brock Badgers who will be their opponents. And TMU's got a 1-0 lead on Brock. Now, what an evening of volleyball here in Queens, at Queens, and right here at the Burridge Gymnasium. McMaster wins. Forsyth Cup coming up next Friday. Time to be determined, but expected to be 7 o'clock. Steve Clark signing off from the Burridge Gymnasium. Thanks to everybody here at McMaster University OUA TV for spectacular visuals and a spectacular night of volleyball that you have been watching on OUA TV.